All right.
Even no chicken, because here in UK they put chicken.
I know.
So you say, I just say, forgot. I say bon tarde for me, right?
Buonasera.
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 Because
Good
it's
evening.
1 p.m. here and like 7 p.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 p.m.
So,
And here in the morning at 11 o'clock in the morning.
all right.
Oh, wow. Where are you?
California.
Ah, okay. Nice.
So thank
Yeah.
you very much for being willing to help me learn how to do pizza.
Yeah.
Well, at least I've been able to make pizza, but the pizza crust is where I fall short.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very much
Yeah.
excited.
So many
to
people
have
just
this-
go and buy the crust, I think,
Yes, I think so.
in America especially.
Yeah.
So today we're going to try to make, well, I'm going to try to make, I know you will make, the pizza dough and then some focaccia.
Yeah.
So I do have some small tomatoes, maybe. These are like big cherry tomatoes. And so maybe put that on my focaccia.
Yeah.
Some probably
What
canned
is-
olives.
What is it?
Olives.
Ah, olives. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you can add it.
and then we'll probably wait a little while. It's still early for me to. I don't think it'd be very good to start drinking wine while I'm.
Maybe towards the end, after the 2 pizzas.
So
And where are you, Chef Linda?
I'm near London.
Near
in
London.
Reading. Yeah, Reading.
Yeah.
but you've
In
lived there
Reading?
for a while.
Yeah.
You moved
Reading.
to
My-
from.
I have my
Napoli?
my best English friend lives in Windsor.
In Windsor. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
close. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the train goes through Slough on the way there.
Yeah. So you have
So-
been here, if you know Slough.
Well, what's amazing is that I hadn't been there in 25 years, and now Slough is basically a Muslim town now.
Yes, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you miss about Napolis? Do you think the most?
The food and the weather.
Yeah, the weather. Yeah, very warm. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's get started because we have to get this to start
Yeah,
rising
in
for a
fact.
little while, and then we can talk some more about
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we could talk
wonderful
about
food. You could
Yeah.
even maybe show that slideshow of the wonderful food because get
Yeah.
us all hungry. So,
Should we start with the focaccia?
what do you think is quicker or?
Yeah, because we have to wait also for 10 minutes after the
Okay.
first preparation. So let's start with focaccia.
And I rarely cook by weight, but I got one of these little scales here.
Yeah.
Because
She's got
Someone-
her measuring. I see she's got her measuring cups out.
Yeah,
Because
on the
tell me-
recipe that I sent you, there is also the measuring cups
Oh,
for the
but I
focaccia.
found that if I use measuring cup for baking, a lot of times it doesn't come out very well because it's like, 2 cups, but is it 2 cups packed in, 2 cups loose?
Yeah, this is 1 cup. And
All
this
right.
is half a cup.
All right, so let's make focaccia first.
and you
Yeah.
can take a knife to smooth off the top,
Yeah.
So-
make it exact.
So let me start. It says lukewarm water.
Yeah. 225 ml.
I need to get a little warm water coming.
You have one of those little instant thermometers, or?
No, just say room temperature. So it doesn't
Or
have to
just-
be cold.
or just
Because the
handy
water
to have.
that comes out of my sink is very, very cold.
Yeah, I put on the warm side.
So, all right, it is warm. So about 1 cup of water.
Yeah, with 1 teaspoon of yeast and mix in a bowl.
Okay. let's see, 1 teaspoon of yeast. Yeah, I remember earlier last year, so many people got into baking, and my mom, who bakes regularly, all of a sudden couldn't get yeast.
Yeah, couldn't get flour even.
Well, she buys flour in big bags, so she had plenty of flour.
Yeah.
She started making, oh wait, 1 teaspoon. Make sure I did teaspoon, not tablespoon. I've made that mistake way too many times.
Yeah, it will grow more.
All right. I guess I should be showing what I'm doing. Huh?
If you want.
So, there we
Yeah,
go.
if you want me to nag you, you have to let me see so I can. I'm his assistant.
Yeah, Fred,
It's kind of lumpy. You need to do a little, stir it up better or use a little wet whisk or something.
yeah, whisk will be a lot better than a fork.
Yeah, I can see it kind of floating around in there.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
It takes 2 of us to cook.
There we go.
Yeah, now we have to wait 5-10 minutes. It says.
Let that settle. Should we make 2 of them? One for this and one for the
For
pizza
the
crust
pizza,
too?
let's see. The pizza.
I could make another one. It
But then for the
says,
pizza, it will stay too long in the water. I don't know if it's good or not. And there for the pizza, it doesn't say to wait.
okay.
Just say to mix.
I'm not in a rush, so I've got all day. So
I couldn't, the recipe she sent me for the pizza crust is in Italian, so I can't read that very well.
Yeah.
So I will let you translate that.
Yeah.
So, all right. I guess while I'm waiting, I could cut up these little cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then I also just got all these tomatoes from my garden.
Wow, from your garden.
I'm gonna make, if we have a lot of dead air, I'll make some sauce.
Mm.
I just got this nice bottle of olive oil
Yeah.
from Napa. I think it's Napa Valley.
Ah, Napa Valley. Yeah, okay.
we've been trying to convince him to put, after he fills up his jar of dried dehydrated tomatoes, to add olive oil, but he's resisting.
Well, I mean, so I've been doing a lot of sun-dried tomatoes, and this is
Wow.
10 pounds of tomatoes dried.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Nice. Yeah.
3 kilos?
Yeah.
And so, but what I
Yeah.
do is I grind this up with mushrooms and make a powder.
Oh.
Ah, really?
Yeah, so that's what I use it for.
Mm.
All right. I think for my focaccia, I want to put some cherry tomatoes on it.
Okay.
And I think they will be best if they're cut in half. What kind of things can you put on focaccia? I guess.
I usually put rosemary.
I think I've seen some onion. Can you do onion?
Yeah, yeah. Also with onion, it's written in the recipe. Onions. You can put olives, cherry tomato, whatever you fancy.
Yeah.
So never cheese.
Focaccia. Maybe you can cut the focaccia as a layer, and you can put the cheese in the middle, like when you prepare a sandwich.
Okay. But not like on top like a pizza.
I don't know. I guess you can put some Parmesan shaving on the top, but at the end, so that you can taste a little bit.
Yeah. So usually a little bit of herbs, a little tomatoes,
Yeah.
drizzled with olive oil.
Making me hungry already.
How about garlic? We put some garlic on it,
Yeah, you can put everything you wish.
but never or rarely put cheese. Yeah.
I don't know. I have to search because this is from the north of Italy. So I always eat like only with the cherry tomatoes or with rosemary.
Okay.
I have to see if you can add, if it's typical to add also cheese. I guess so.
And what part of Italy are you from originally?
Naples,
Where is that?
Napoli.
Oh, in Naples. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So that's probably enough tomatoes, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
And then I should do the similar amount of olives. So is this sacrilegious to eat olives from a can?
Yeah, because they are not very good. I never like it. I tried here, but I don't like it.
So how do you usually get olives? Is it just in oil?
No, usually they are in a glass jar or open air. Usually
Yeah,
there are
they're
some
like
places.
in a crock, like in a crock. Sometimes in a big
Yeah, like
ceramic container sometimes.
no, it's
Yeah.
glass.
Oh, in glass, yeah.
Yeah,
And what color olives or
green or black.
and with the olives, any special herbs or just always just
No, only olives. Sometimes I find olives stuffed with carrots or with
Pimento,
yeah, yes, and also garlic and anchovies as well. I found.
yeah, I've seen that.
yeah, like
Yeah, I get the Kalamata olives because I use it to make a pasta puttanesca,
Yeah, yeah. Ah, that's good.
one of my
What is in
favorite dishes.
what is in pasta puttanesca?
It's very
Well,
spicy.
yeah, it's primarily anchovies, capers, some chili pepper, some
Yeah, chili. Yeah.
red chili flakes, tomatoes that you just crush the tomatoes. It's not a marinara.
It's a lot of really intense flavors all at the same time.
Yeah, so you don't, it's not like you say, when it doesn't really have a tomatoey taste at all to it. It's more, like you say, it's really got some zing to it.
All right. So, oh yeah, and I should drizzle this with some olive oil, right?
Yeah.
But oh, the professional way, opening it with your teeth.
Really? Oh my God.
Oh, I don't know. It was too slick for me to like open, pull out the cork. Okay. And then we need some thyme, right?
Thyme.
The herb,
Yeah.
Rosemary.
rosemary.
Rosemary or yeah. Or as a last touch, you can add some fresh basil if you have it.
Okay.
But that is on the last touch. Okay, I
let's
think
see.
we can start now.
Okay, with the focaccia.
Yeah, so add 1 cup of flour to the mixture. 1 cup of flour.
So let's see. And in the US, we have self-rising flour where it's already got.
Yeah, but I never use it.
My mom never does either. So this is where, 1 cup could also be.
Well, you're not seeing Lena, but you just kind of shake it in there little by little while you're stirring at the same time.
So she's like
No?
sifting it, yeah.
Well, not sifting it, but just don't throw the whole thing in there and then do it little
Yeah,
by little.
to not have some, I don't know how to say, I don't know how the name in English.
So I
Yeah,
want to
you just-
see like with my fancy new scale here.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What is 1 cup of flour?
Yeah.
So it says this 1 cup of flour is 133 grams. And the recipe says for 225.
Yeah, but then you have to add later the second 1 cup, 1.5 cup.
Oh,
The
okay.
liquid.
Yeah, so now it's first liquid.
Oh, yeah, it says 350 grams, 2.5 cups of flour. So you're using 1 cup now and one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. So here I'm keep fluffing it up a little bit before I start.
Yeah.
Stir with one hand while you're shaking it with the other.
Okay, where'd my stirrer go?
Your little spoon. His favorite little
Oh, here.
spoon.
So I shouldn't use the little.
No, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
use
you
a
can use it. Yeah,
whisk is okay, I think.
yeah.
It is clumping up. All right.
Yeah, stir it up good so it really gets all the flour wet.
So basically we got 1 cup of lukewarm water with and 1 cup of flour.
And yeast.
Ta-da. Oh yeah, and the yeast. Most important part. All right. I accomplished that.
Yeah. Then add the salt, that is 1 tablespoon. Seems a little bit too much, 1 tablespoon. So I put less than 1 tablespoon.
Yeah, I always put less with salt. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's too much, 1 tablespoon.
So it's already starting to bubble.
Hmm.
1 tablespoon.
So then honey, 1 teaspoon of honey.
Do you always use honey, never sugar?
Hmm?
Do you always use honey, never sugar?
Yeah, I rarely use sugar. Yeah.
So,
Well, the honey doesn't have to dissolve like sugar.
I think it's just more natural.
So 1 teaspoon of honey.
Let's see. Oh yeah, teaspoon, not tablespoon.
Yeah.
I always have to be really careful when I'm baking because I mix those 2 up so often.
Oh, that honey looks great. That must be local stuff.
Oh yeah, this is some good honey.
Wow,
And
real dark.
1 tablespoon of olive oil.
This might be too thick for this. I'll let it drip off there for. I just hang it off the edge of my pot here and let the honey drip off. That's some really thick honey.
If you need a tablespoon of olive oil,
Yeah, so
Linda, say 1 tablespoon of
Yeah,
olive
1
oil.
tablespoon of olive oil.
it says 2, but we just put 1 now and 1 later.
No, that is after 2 to 3 tablespoons
Oh,
of
for
olive
drizzling,
oil. That is
yeah,
for, yeah, the top.
All right. I think most of that honey came off. I'll do what the home cooks do, clean it with your mouth, right?
Yeah.
And then rinse it.
And now we can add the rest.
And that
of the
honey
flour.
that's a new supplier of honey, and that's a really dark, rich buckwheat honey. What that one was. All
Okay,
right.
whip that. Yeah, whip those things together a little bit.
And did you say to add the other flour? to
Yeah,
it?
yes, 1.5 now.
1.5 cups more flour. And why didn't we put it all in all at the same time?
because you already you start mixing the salt and the yeast first.
Okay, so the yeast starts. Yeah, it is kind of bubbling.
Okay, for me no.
Okay, it has bubbles. Maybe it's not bubbling.
It's good.
I'm gonna weigh this again just to see how. Since I got this. Oh, I forgot to do the tare.
You forgot what?
Oh, to set it.
So it doesn't weigh the pan.
It doesn't weigh the bowl. All right, let me just dump this first and then I'll weigh.
You got to mix with one. There you go.
Yeah, I get less lumps if I use my prominent hand here.
Yeah, the lumps. Yeah, that was the word that is what was missing before.
I think you're going to,
I had
after you
say?
get that in there, or I think you're going to have to change to your, big nylon thing that you can, move it around more than the whip.
I can also put it in the.
Oh, you got a mixer. Oh, that's true too.
This is my mixer bowl. I never used the right thing.
Linda's already got her hand in hers.
Yeah, because it's already a little bit dry. So
So let's see. Not mine. Mine's really sticky. I might have to
Yeah.
add a little.
yeah, also mine.
See mine. I think I might have to. I don't know. It's pretty stretchy. Look at that.
Yeah, mine also.
Okay, so I don't have to add more flour to it.
Let's see. Let's start working a little bit more. Very sticky.
Because I think yours is, well, yours is sticky too, but I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a little more dry than mine. There's mine. Fred's favorite. You're getting me to start using these spatulas more.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of silicone spatulas. Boy, they work really great.
Well, I just always used to cook with just like basically a spoon and a fork.
Yeah. Well,
As I'm getting more and more stuff.
yeah, it helps to have the right tools.
Or sometimes it just gets in the way too. See,
Because like that spatula, you could push that stuff down that's on the side of the bowl, kind of push it down toward the bottom.
so what do you think? I think I need to add a little more flour. I mean, it's pretty gooey.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking if I have to use the, I have the hand machine, maybe it will help.
Yeah, because Ora's got a mixer right there. It's already in the
Yeah.
mixer bowl, but I don't know if
You can
I don't know if
try,
it'll-
yeah, you are already in the mixer bowl, so you can try
I-
to see if it helps. Because I know
I don't
that
know if it-
sometimes the more you work, the better.
Well,
it
I
is.
mean, this one's such a big one. I think, look here. I think
don't
if
know
I
if
did the mixer,
it's not
It
going to
would-
mix it. There's not enough volume to mix it
Right.
really, I think. Yeah.
this is a small amount.
But like you say, with your spatula, you can push all that stuff that's up on the side down into the bottom.
My fingers does such a good job.
some eggs.
All right, I think let me just try with a tablespoon more flour in. Yeah, there you go. Now it's starting to form more of a ball.
Mm.
Just added a tablespoon of flour. It's still pretty sticky. Get that gluten going. All right, look at that. What do you think? Are we trying to get just basically a ball of dough, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Put one more tablespoon in. Work it in good. Too bad we couldn't use this same recipe for focaccia and for pizza. But you could, in the
Yeah,
US,
you could, I think.
they have focaccia pizzas, but it's a different style.
Yeah.
I think it's the #1 popular food in the United States is pizza.
Yeah, of course. But focaccia is also good. It's more delicious because it's full of salt and oil.
Yeah, exactly. Fat and salt.
Okay. I still need more flour. All right, I'm on my 3rd tablespoon. Yeah, you've got it as a nice ball already.
No, I put now on the table because.
Yeah. If I did that, the whole thing would stick to the table.
Yeah.
And see, I mean, what the difference, just like, well, so far I put 3 tablespoons
Wow.
of more flour, and I still think I need a little more.
Mm.
And that's where, by not measuring it, I'm just going by volume.
Yeah, mine is okay with the, I think 3 tablespoon, 3 teaspoon I added.
All right, this is my
Okay.
4th tablespoon.
Tablespoon or teaspoon?
All right. And what are you just working it now to try to get air into it, or what's?
Yeah, because the more you work, the better it is.
I mean, mine is still really sticky. Look at that.
Yeah, maybe the your cups were bigger.
Well, I mean, if the cup of water and the cup of flour is similar,
Yeah.
but all right. So what is this? Oops. This is my 5th tablespoon.
Wow. Yeah, mine is okay now.
Yeah, I think that'll be maybe fine. Now your counter, did you put flour on the counter so it doesn't stick, or?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And also on the pizza.
I don't know. We're going.
Put more flour, it doesn't harm.
Just like I just keep going. All right. 6. I mean, what happens if I put too much flour? I can just put a little water. If I keep doing that, I'll double my recipe.
Yeah, in fact. Just add them a little
I've
bit
done
more
that before where
flour.
I was baking. I was just like, oh, too wet. Little flour. Oh, too dry. Little water. Before you knew it. This is all right. Finally.
Okay, I think I'm done with mine.
Well, I have 20 more minutes for mine. It's really, this is good flour. It's really stretchy.
Yeah, and scrape down the side of the bowl so it all kind of goes
No,
down
just
into
because
the
I'm
bottom.
finishing this one, that you don't need it. Too much. Let me work again because it was too much flour from the. But the dough is very soft, so I think it came well. So this is done.
Well, let's see how well. It's still pretty sticky, but let's see. I might still have taken it out too early. It's really sticky.
Add more flour.
Hmm?
Add more flour if it's still sticky.
Yeah, I keep adding more flour. I think by this point we added almost a half a cup more, it feels like. I don't have. I feel so incompetent here.
And it's strange because we put the same amount.
Ah! All right, back into the bowl.
Maybe use the hooks in the machine. It will help.
How sticky it is. This is fun to play in the dough, but I'm definitely feeling incompetent here. But all right. See if I can get flour. All right. So this is like my 7th and 8th tablespoons. So
Wow.
that right there is, I'd say, almost a half a cup more. And now it'll be too dry. All right. Now it's finally forming a ball in here.
Finally.
All right. What a mess.
We will arrive there to form a nice bowl.
All right. So when I work the ball a bunch of times,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get like,
a nice ball that is not sticky anymore.
well, that doesn't seem to be happening, no matter how much flour I add. This is all right.
Yeah, now it seems okay.
All right. Now, do we just get the, are we let this rise for a little while, or do I form it into?
Yeah, form a bowl. You see, I put in the bowl with some what's the name?
Saran wrap,
Huh?
plastic wrap,
Yeah, plastic wrap. Yeah. Or you can also put a towel, and then now I will put wrapped in a blanket. This is what we usually do at home. Yeah, and also, yeah, now if you have a blanket, I know that it's summer, but here we still have a blanket. So now I will wrap completely in a blanket. Make
And then
sure that
just-
it's clean.
And then where do you set it?
On the bed, where there is the blanket.
So make sure you don't sit on the blanket on the bed.
Yeah, no, of course, you will see this big thing. So I'll go to take the blanket.
So I added, I feel like almost a full half a cup more flour.
Yeah, oh wow. So this is the blanket. Now I will leave, it says here for 2 hours. So even if it's more, it's okay.
All
So I
right.
will put on the bed.
So now I need to rinse this bowl out so I can make my. So. I usually do my tomato sauce. I usually do that for, I don't know, probably 8 hours. What was it? Tomatoes is like one of the few vegetables that when you cook it, it actually increases in nutrition.
It increases the lycopene, which is good for you in cooked tomatoes.
So, well, I guess I'm going to use the same bowl. So
Yeah,
should I rinse it out or just?
no, you don't need it because we still use the same
I
ingredient.
cleaned the counter.
Yeah.
My cutting board.
So did you put the dough wrapped? Did you wrap the dough, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well,
So-
I double wrapped it in 2 towels.
Okay, it's okay. They have to be in a warm place. So if there is some stream in your house.
Well, the warmest place in my house is the kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
It's sitting on the kitchen table.
Okay, so for me now it's 7:45, so at 10:08 I can I can start eating. I mean preparing, not eating.
Now
Okay.
you could. Now
Okay, now
while
let's-
you're waiting for that, you have a salad and like
Yes,
some wine. What kind of wine?
I
So-
have red wine. It's from Sicily.
All right. So this cooking show might get worse now because I'm gonna have a little wine because I don't know. I felt like such an idiot with that one. So let's see.
Okay, now, okay, after this wine, we can start with the
We
The
have a
pizza.
little. All right, and I'm gonna have one of these tomatoes. These tomatoes I marinated in some flavors. All right. All right, a little wine, a little tomato. One of the bad olives from the can. And I'm ready for the next thing.
Yeah. So for the pizza, so we have 330 milliliters of water. Same lukewarm.
What's that? Let's see. Oh, maybe my cup has milliliters on it too. This one doesn't. I'm gonna have to try to be a little more precise with this one. Okay. This is my 4-cup.
Yeah.
4-cup. Yeah, so that's my 4-cup normal baking. And it's actually says milliliters on it. All right, so is this warm water also?
This was what? Say again?
Do you use warm water for this?
Yeah, room temperature. Let's say. So
Room
it's not cold. Yeah, it's not cold.
All right, 330. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, and 2 grams of dried yeast. Let's say that it's a spoon, a teaspoon. I don't know how much it's 2 grams.
Well, with the yeast, if I put too much, I don't think that will be bad. But
Yeah, no, it's
Right. Where is it? There it is. If I put too much, apparently if I put
too much water is not good. It says,
all right, 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of yeast in the flour, in the water.
yeah, and mix.
Now it says here fresh yeast. I don't think, I'm trying to think. Can we ever get fresh yeast in the US? I always just see it dried.
Yeah, even in UK they don't have the fresh one. But in Italy, yeah, we have the dried one. It's very good.
It says 4 grams fresh or 2 grams dry.
Yeah.
So I stirred mine really vigorously. Seems like you did it gently.
You still, what?
I stirred mine very fast.
Yeah.
Is it better to do it gentle?
No,
does
it
it
doesn't
matter?
matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, because I'm trying to break the lumps.
Oh, okay.
Now that I put the yeast in the water, it forms some lumps, so that's why.
All right, this one, I'm going to try to measure. It says 500 grams of flour.
Yeah.
This time I'm going to try to measure it.
Yeah, now I get
Exact. So, oh man, I got sticky dough all over my bag. I think that's going to be really good focaccia because this dough is really sticky and stretchy. All right. So 500 grams. Oops. I just dumped the whole bag in and it's 506 grams.
It's okay. It's okay.
I think I'm going
Do you
to
still
not
have
take
some
the,
other flour?
take, huh?
Do you still have some other flour? Because
Yeah,
in case you need.
Oh yeah, I have like 3 more bags,
Okay.
but just what was in this bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a local ground flour. I'll tell them it's really sticky. So, all right.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it, you know, if it's locally ground as opposed to it went through some big factory someplace, it might have some effect on it, or
And it's previously open bag, so it could have absorbed some moisture because
Okay.
it's very humid around me.
Mm,
And so it could have, the bag was about 2/3 full, and I had previously opened it. So maybe it absorbed a little bit of moisture. Who knows?
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, so now it says to pour the water with the yeast gently, like
Into the flour?
huh?
Into the flour or no?
Yeah, into the flour.
All right. Let me put all right. This one, I'm going to see if I think I'll have enough flour in here to be able to use my big fancy machine. But yeah, I use this when I'm making big batches of cookies.
Yeah.
I like make
Cookies.
okay, let's change hands.
Wait,
Not
don't
really.
put everything. Don't put all the liquid, because it says when you are half of the liquid, add the salt and then add again the water. So salt
Okay.
is 15 grams. 15 grams. 1 teaspoon maybe.
All right, let's see. How much is 15 grams of salt? It's about a tablespoon.
No, I put 1 teaspoon of, I don't know how much it is, 115 grams. What do you think?
I measured it and it's 1 tablespoon.
Okay, so I'll add another.
And then 15
Then you
grams
can
of
start
oil, so
adding.
that would probably
You
be
can
a
start adding
tablespoon.
the other water.
Oh yeah, put the other water in. Gently.
Yeah, gently always, yeah.
Gently fold in the water. Make sure. All right. Then we put the oil in now, or we mix it for a little while?
Yeah, no, when you finish the water, add the oil always gently. $15 grams, how much it is? Always a tablespoon, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it's by weight,
Yeah.
it's different than by volume. But I might have messed it up again because I was too lazy to weigh the oil. All right, where's my hook? Now you just want to slow knead it for a while.
Yeah. Especially if it's
I think I'll
dry, it helps.
start cutting my tomatoes, and maybe you can give me some pointers on making a tomato sauce. I usually slow cook my tomato sauce for like all day. Before I start frying, I'm doing my sauce. Garlic. Yeah, that came out like, if you look, like a perfect ball this time using the machine.
Yours?
Yeah, that's how like the other one should have came. This
Yeah.
one came as like a perfect ball. All right. So how I like to make my tomato sauce is I saute garlic and onions, and then I slowly, as I cut tomatoes, I keep adding them, and then I let it simmer for like for hours.
Mm.
You,
I never cook slow cooked. Too much time.
but what I do is I have electronic cooker. I just put it in there
Yeah,
and
it
set it
does everything.
slow cooker, and then let it cook all day and come back in the
Yeah.
evening. First, I need to do these. But you say you don't do a long time with the sauce, but you do long time with the focaccia and the.
Yeah, I know, but
crust.
for example, slow cook, sometimes I read the recipe, 5-6 hours of cooking. Come on, it's too much on the fire. I cannot say 5-6 hours watching.
Well, I don't watch it. I just put it on the lowest heat and then
Yeah.
just.
But anyway, you have to turn a little bit, right? Otherwise, it attached to the pan.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, not really. I put on the lowest setting and it doesn't really burn. But all right, let me get the pan going. Just a little oil. And because I'm cooking mine for so long, I don't actually
You don't do what?
I don't chop the garlic. I just
Okay.
crush it
Yeah.
because it's going to cook for so long. I just crush it.
Yeah. With all the skin?
No, I take the skin off,
Yeah.
but I just, with the palm of my hand with the knife, I just crush it like this.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Now, do you put anything else in your sauce? I mean, for me, I just do, sometimes I'll put one hot pepper, but I just do garlic, onions, tomatoes, and then maybe one hot pepper. And then like close to when I get to serve it, then I will add some herbs to it.
Yeah, it depends what is the purpose, because sometimes you can add also carrots if you want, chopped carrots.
Carrots in
In the sauce, I mean, when you cook the sauce.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've ever put carrots in pasta sauce.
No, never. For example, in the bolognese, when you do the bolognese, you have to do that.
Okay, that's true. Let's see. Or Sometimes I will squashes or zucchini.
Yeah.
Part of it is like what's in season. If I have a lot of something, I will use that. But like right now, there's a lot of tomatoes. So, and a lot of garlic. Got a lot of this nice big elephant garlic. It's just like, I guess I could still
You can see what?
spin my dough again a little more, but it's pretty. So yeah, mine's a nice big ball here. Now with the pizza dough, do you do the same thing where you let it sit for hours?
Yeah, 10 minutes cover and then work again, and then 2 hours again.
And then when you take it out, is there anything special you're supposed to do with it to keep it from, I mean, you're letting it set to rise, right? If you're rough with it, it loses connection, or what do you call it? If you're rough with it, you like pop the air. What's that called? When you take in 2 hours, when you take the dough out of the blanket,
Yeah.
what do you do with it?
You have to spread it on the place where you will put inside the oven.
But you have to be careful with it in a certain way, or?
Are we speaking of the pizza or the focaccia?
Either one, yeah.
Yeah, the pizza, you just spread it. Don't use the rolling pin because otherwise it becomes 2 biscuits because you are removing the air. So just do gently with the hands. And then you put on the top whatever you want.
I think what we'll do is we'll pause the recording and then come back and show that at the end, no? Is that okay, or?
Yeah.
What do you usually put on your pizza?
My pizza is always margherita. So for me, it's always red tomato sauce and mozzarella.
And basil.
And what?
Basil.
Basil, yes, yeah.
So we already talked about that. The first thing we talked about, it's the Margarita Pizza.
Yeah. Because I like simple.
Named after the Queen.
Yes, yeah.
Do you have that presentation of food?
Yes, I have it. Yeah.
Would you mind showing me a picture?
Yeah.
And then we will pause the recording and come back. Yeah, it's funny because I rough cut the garlic, but I've always fine chopped the onions. I don't know why. Or cubed onions, I guess it's not really fine chopped. And then the tomatoes, I basically just cut them in usually about 8 pieces. Yeah, I don't know. I always put one jalapeno in. I don't know why. It's not really. I don't think I've ever seen that in any recipe, but it's just always been my sauce. It's a pretty good zing. So. Yeah, I'm excited that you're going to come on the main show. Although you're going to have to come on at midnight. That's a half of two to make tiramisu.
Oh yeah, that is October.
My
Luckily
favorite-
there it's immediate. We
my
don't have to
favorite
cook and
dessert.
wait.
Tiramisu is my favorite dessert.
Yeah. So the 9th of October, right? I think we are doing the tiramisu.
And the reason it's my favorite is because every time everybody makes it differently.
Ah, yeah.
It's not always like the same every time. It's always different.
Yeah.
Yeah, these tomatoes just off the vine yesterday are just so juicy. And I put it on the lowest temperature possible and just slow cook it. But that's all my tomato sauce is. I don't know if you make yours any different.
No, but I usually buy this one.
That's interesting because in the US, we
You buy
buy the crust. Yeah, in the US, we buy the crust and make the
Let's
sauce.
see what it says.
Oh, okay.
And
I buy the
you
crust. Wow.
make the crust and buy the sauce.
Yeah.
Italian posata.
Passata, yes. Because I like when it's without lumps.
So this is the tomato sauce.
Yeah, tomato sauce, yeah. But
So
here
I
I've
never do
seen
that. I like lumps myself, so I
yeah.
won't do this. But I do have a blender. You know, I can put it
Yeah,
in.
yeah, of course, yeah.
So.
But
um,
here in UK and also in Italy, I've never seen the crust selling. Usually you can go where they prepare the bread and you can ask us some fresh dough. They can sell you the fresh dough, so you don't have to prepare it.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we can buy it frozen, a
Wow,
frozen
I've never
crust.
seen it. No, here they don't have it.
Yeah, you just keep it in your freezer and then when you're ready for pizza, you take it out. And
Yeah.
Well, I have also seen it where basically the dough, after you let it sit for 2 hours, they roll it into balls and then freeze it. So you can either buy it in a frozen ball and then you spread it out,
Yes.
or you buy one spread out already frozen. So,
yeah.
but you say you never saw that before, huh?
No, in UK, no, for sure. In Italy, in some supermarkets, they sell already the frozen dough. I don't remember if it's frozen or fresh, but it's in, yeah, you can buy already. But what we usually do is we buy from the people who sell the bread, who prepare the bread. And so it's quicker.
So, all right. So I guess.
But that is a lot of tomato. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's too much, I just, I mean, it cooks down. Tomatoes cook down a lot, but I want to say it was like 3 kilos or 10 pounds of tomatoes. You know, it was this bowl of tomatoes.
Yeah, 3 kilos, 10 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Right?
It's a lot, yeah.
It's a lot.
But it will cook down to maybe half of that.
Yeah.
You know. So. All right. That's that. Little wine. And you already had the 10 minutes to make your ball, or?
Already 10 minutes passed?
For me,
For you, maybe yes, because you were faster.
well, I had the machine, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, like this one, look, this one came out
perfect.
a nice ball.
Yeah, without adding extra flour, right?
Right. This
So
time.
maybe before you put too much water. No.
Or not enough flour, because this time I weighed it.
Yeah.
The first time I just measured it.
Mm.
So this is the same thing. Put in a bowl.
But you didn't. Did you work with the machine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
Okay, so you can work again for the machine.
Oh, again in the machine?
Yeah, because it says after 10 minutes, work a little bit.
Okay. Just a little bit. Ta-da. And then again, a towel and a blanket.
Yeah, yeah.
And then 2 hours later,
Yeah.
we will come back and open it up and roll
We're
it
gonna
out.
come back in 2 hours.
Well, you don't have to, but we were planning on it.
Yeah, if you're gonna be here, I'll come back.
All right. So,
Oh, for the focaccia, after the 2 hours, spread a baking paper on a tray and put some oil on it. Then flatten the dough on this oily paper and put some oil also on the top. So that
how
both
flat,
sides-
like pretty thick still? Because I mean, like pizza crust, I know I've never done focaccia, but pizza crust you flatten it very thin.
Yeah.
But focaccia, do you make it pretty thick still?
A little bit, yes. Then it's up to you.
But
how
are you
want.
doing it when you're doing it gentle or?
Yeah, no, always gentle. Otherwise, you remove all the air and then it will become like biscuits.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to make a cracker.
Yeah, no, in fact. So after you spread on this baking paper with oil, you put oil on both sides, so on the bottom and on the top.
Of the paper, yeah.
Yeah, but also on the top. After you spread the dough, you put also some oil on the dough.
Okay, but do you put it on the top and bottom of the paper
Yeah.
also?
Yes.
Okay, so
What did you say? On the
Yeah, I
paper,
think-
only on one side, right?
Only
Right,
one
so
side, use
you put the
parchment
paper,
parchment.
you put some oil on the
Yeah.
paper, you
Yeah,
put the dough, you spread
Yeah.
it out,
yeah,
and then you put olive oil on the
Yes.
top of it.
on the top, yes. Then you cover the dough with a plastic wrap and sit for 20-30 minutes.
So it rises again on the
Yeah.
baking pan.
Yeah. Then spread again the dough with the hands, cover again, and sit for 45-6 minutes.
Wow, a lot of waiting,
I know.
That's why you
A
don't
lot of-
bake too much.
a lot of wine, huh?
Yeah. Then after these 60 minutes, mix oil and water in a glass maybe, and pour over the dough. Now you
Okay.
can pour generously and do some like fingerprints.
Okay, so there's little dips of oil and water,
Yeah. Like
little
dimples.
pools, yeah.
Yeah, like dimples. And then
But gentle.
Yeah, yes, gentle. Then sprinkle with some salt and all your stuff that you want, rosemary, cherry tomatoes, and bake in the oven for 20-30 minutes until golden, 200 degrees.
Celsius. Yeah.
Yeah, Celsius. I think on the recipe there was also the Fahrenheit.
Let's see. With the focaccia, we've got a translation.
Yeah.
400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
20-30 minutes or 200 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Just until it's golden on top. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it
Or
says
the
let cool before you cut it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've done that before where I got the bread out and I was like, oh, I want this right away. And I cut it and it
Yeah.
collapsed. Like
Yeah.
cut it. You have to let it cool so it'll retain its shape.
For the pizza, after the 2 hours, put again in the baking tray and sit for other 30 minutes and cover with a towel.
So spread it out. Well, first you put oil on the pan.
Yes, yeah, to not attach, yeah. And so
put oil on the pan, the same thing. You press it out, then you let it rise again on the pan.
Yeah, for 30 minutes. Then in a hot oven, put the pizza for 200-500 Celsius. 250 Celsius.
So like
400 Fahrenheit, I think.
400, more than 400, because 200 Celsius is 400.
You want it really hot. You want it really hot.
Yeah, it has to be hot. It has to be hot.
Yeah, I grew up, we did 500 degree. I don't even think my oven goes up to 500.
But a real pizza oven is 900 degrees. A real pizza oven is 900.
Yeah, of course, that is professional. With the real wood, of course, it's different.
Right, we can't do that.
Wood fired, 800, 900 degrees Fahrenheit.
When I was in the place making the Napolitano pizza,
Yeah.
they just put it in there with the board and it was like 25 seconds and they bring it
Yes,
out.
yeah, very quick, couple of minutes, I think.
And it's doesn't have a hard crust. It's kind of soft.
Yeah, yes, yeah. The
That's the way
Napolitan one is soft.
Yeah, that's the way the real pizza is.
And so you want to push this one very thin.
Yes, but always with the hands, never with the rolling pin.
Got it.
Always
Okay.
spread with the hand.
Gentle. Yeah.
Yeah, gentle.
So what time are we coming back for
We're
the
not.
next?
We are
Oh,
not
we're
coming
just
back because you have to do several rides. So
I see.
Just
there
like,
is no point.
Okay.
yeah,
All
so so many times you have to stop and start and stop and start.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Linda.
I'll wait you for the tiramisu night.
Yeah, tiramisu. She is coming back. She will be on. It will be midnight her time for our regular Saturday night cooking show.
I'll be here for tiramisu. I'm here every Saturday.
Just like so. Thank you, Linda, very much.
Yeah, thank you
Welcome.
both.
Welcome anytime. I mean, my time is it's okay. 7. Not
Anytime, but not after midnight.
Yeah, not after midnight.
Or you have to take
Otherwise,
photographs then if
I
you're not
cannot
going to be.
enjoy. Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
photographs. Yeah.
Take photographs because you're not going to be on live. So take
Well, I'm
photographs.
gonna Linda take photograph because yours will, I know, look better than mine.
Yeah, okay. I think I will do the focaccia tonight and the pizza maybe tomorrow. So let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. Molte grazie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
See you next
Enjoy
time.
the pizza.
It was fun.